until I saw this one. Similar speed trialer, all aerodynamic. If you look at this, the amusing thing that springs to mind automatically is the fact that it wouldn't stand up on its own. After some poor chap had been sat in here careering around with a Vespa engine running at about 10,000 revs right next to his backside for hours and hours and hours, he was to be rewarded by falling over on his side as soon as the competition was completed. An undignified end, but records were broken, and the reputation of Vespa as not just a fast, a speedy, but a reliable company as well had already been established from this point. This is the origin of Piaggio. During the Second World War, they produced engines. Engines for a 4-engine bomber, which we have in this cabinet here. Very well engineered, and the company did very well under Mussolini, tripling its size and not helping to bring the war to an end. Here, though, we actually have a model of the plane, just out of interest, and you may see that on the outer engines, we actually have a gun turret, which I've never seen before. Piaggio engine guns. Incredible. Here we have, hiding in the corner in true militaristic style, a powerful weapon of war. The bazooka-carrying Vespa had the capacity to blow not one but 2 legs off a small donkey. Its road handling abilities, absolutely legend. The famous Vespa bazooka carrier, made in France, Acme Paris. This was used by the French military. I'm not exactly sure why. Obviously, we're carrying a bazooka. We've got the tripod on the front here. We've got our cartridges on the side. We've got a little trailer here, which is really cute. The French were obviously not trying very hard to ever win a war again. The handling abilities of this must have been absolutely atrocious. I just can't see how it would go down the road. I personally wouldn't want to ride one myself unless I was in a private car park with no other vehicles anywhere near me. But I guess if you were a squaddy, it would have been a bit of a laugh. Here we have a 1967 Vespa SS180. You can tell it's an SS180 by the side panels, the petrol tank. This one's obviously had a few modifications. This was a special that was built for a film called Dick Smart. It was a one-off construction. It obviously doesn't fly at all. If it did, I don't think you'd find anyone who'd be prepared to get in it and try. It's absolutely crazy construction with all its levers and computer screens. We have buttons here for harpoon guns, radar, bombs, propellers, takeoff, going down, missiles, rear-firing exhausts, the head of a tortoise. Absolutely wild. And on the headset here, we've got a radar screen with all its pointers. Absolutely insane. We've got an interesting curio over here. Past the Piaggio 400cc car, past one of the earlier Ape. Interestingly, everyone knows Vespa means wasp, Ape means bee. Light commercial vehicle, fantastic. Got a lot of businesses going. Over here, we have the famous Salvador Dali Vespa. This was painted by Dali for a couple of Spanish students who were riding to Italy, who just turned up on his doorstep one day and said, look, do you mind painting our bikes? This is actually a Vespa 150S. It has 10-inch wheels. It's a Spanish produced bike by Motor Vespa Madrid. And It's based on the Vespa 150. Enlarged wheels, gave it better handling. An all-round lovely machine and worth an absolute fortune today, and protected, as you can see, by a glass case. These bikes are particularly difficult to register now, as there's no record of frame numbers, and Spanish Vespas should be approached with all caution. If it's not registered, don't buy it. Here we are in the Vespa Historical Archive. Absolutely everything that Piaggio has ever done is here. It's been recorded and noted down, and it is absolutely amazing. This is incredible enough, but come and have a look at this. This blew me away. Posters everywhere. The whole world loves a Vespa. He who has the Vespa eats the apple. He who doesn't, doesn't. French advertising campaigns. All records of chassis numbers, engine numbers, everything. Here, with Vespa, life is eating a delicious apple. Fantastic, very famous 1960s campaign. And here we have the original drafts, the originals in front of me, there. Absolutely incredible. And here, we've got a good example of William Holden on what I believe is a 1957 Vespa 150. Piaggio was very keen on using famous faces in order to advertise its products. Here, pictures of the original factories, the original production line, houses and church built for the employees of Piaggio, original machinery. Absolutely incredible. What more could you possibly want? Everywhere I look, I'm seeing something interesting. I could spend days in here. Here I am with the president of the Piaggio Foundation, and we're standing outside one of the oldest buildings in the complex. If we look up here, we can see the old symbol of Piaggio, and you can see its aeronautical history. We have an aero engine with the wings either side, very similar to the symbol that we saw on the front of the Paperino and the very first prototype of the Vespa 98. We're just about to go inside now. Now, this building was used for the construction of Vespas up until only 2 years ago. Let's go inside. You can imagine a unit like this, very similar to the units behind an operation today. The hustle, the bustle, the lathes, the drills, the turning machines, the huge great industrial presses, 20-ton presses pumping out those panels ready to be welded together to create what was to be one of the greatest motorcycles known to man.
You can see the museum in this site.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, fantastic. Let's go and have a look. We've got more to see over here.
You have a very long gallery, it's 800 meters.
800 meters?
Yes.
My goodness. We're just about to have a look at galleries that are 800 meters long. This gallery goes on for 800 meters. It's partitioned off now, but on the other side of this partition, Vespa production is continuing now, and you can hear the rumble and the clank of machinery.
You can see the little...
Yeah, we're going to have a look through the center of the doors and see what we can find. Hopefully I can find somewhere big enough for the camera to stick through. But you can feel the history here. We can still see all the pipes running across, all the cabling, old brackets from the conveyor belt, gas tubing, water piping. You can still hear, the electricity cables run straight through here. They must be an incredibly high voltage because you can still hear them humming. If we look up here, we can see the ventilation tubes, but we can also see the high pressure air lines coming in here. Now each assembly worker would have a power tool which would be fed from a hose dangling from the ceiling down to whatever tool he was using. Driving down these beautiful winding roads on the trail of a Vespa club. Now apparently up in the mountains here, there's a little town where everyone is just completely Vespa insane. There's an old converted church which is used as the clubhouse, which we've been referring to as the Church of Piaggio. We're going to get there in about 10 minutes time and just see exactly what a small Italian town obsessed with Vespas is actually like. I'm sure just about every single town we've been to so far has been a town where everyone's obsessed with Vespas. But this one sounds special and has a reputation. So fingers crossed we're going to be in for a treat. This is it. The fabled town of Ariole. Have you ever seen anywhere as beautiful as this? Follow me. Our quest has led us to the converted church of Piaggio. Here we are, Vespa Club Ariole. I think we've only been here a short time and everyone's excited about us being here to look at Vespas. We're just being taken to a house now which is full of Vespas, posters, memorabilia, and it's in the old part of town. And what a town! Look at this. Now I'm going to bring my wife, I'm really looking forward to it.
Where are you from?
Portsmouth. Here we are. And straight away, a Vespa GS sign outside the front door.
How are you? My husband, when he was about 16 years old.
Oh, look at that. Oh, yes. Better get a Vespa. What more can I say? French roulette Vespa. We've been gone 10 minutes and we have another 3 Vespas have arrived in the square. There's still the same 2 gentlemen sitting outside the church. This is all part of the fun of owning a Vespa. The rear brake pivot seized. But with a bit of a hammer and some determination and a few grins and everyone giving their opinions, the bike seems to be okay now. I've just been lent a Vespa, a 1959 Vespa, and we're just about to go round town. This is what it's all about. What an absolute scream! There we go, a hairpin's edge. Watch how the Vespa takes it in its stride. I am just being attacked by an Alsatian called Paul, who has taken a shine to me. He's trying to eat my Vespa book, and he's not going to stop me from getting into this garage. Come on then, you scoundrel. Off we go. Come on, concentrate. Oh, look at all this. Yeah, everywhere. This is just like my workshop in England. A Vespa GS150. Yeah.
Invece
Cables inside.
55 c'ha i cavi fuori come questa.
Uh-huh.
Così.
Yeah. This one was bought just round the corner in Ventimiglia. This is a 1956 Vespa.
150 come c'era di Aglio, è uguale.
See it? It's very similar to the one we've got outside. This one was a complete ruin when it was bought. It was all bashed in at the side. The engine was in a complete mess. But it's all been restored like this. This is halfway through being done. If not 3/4. A lovely job. A box of piston rings. That is great.